Ole'Pops here. We're sitting out in front of the probation office again. It's that time. I'm smoking my little Meersham. Here comes a feller out of the probation office. I didn't know they saw people this early. It's 9:15, and he's coming out. Well, he's coming straight towards my Jeep. There he goes, breaking off. Wearing a gray sweatsuit. Got the sides of his head shaved. Looked like a military cut. Like a Marine. Semper Fi, folks. I mean, nothing wrong with Marines. Don't get me wrong. Smoking little Halls of Heartache. Y'all know me. I'm stuck on it. Let's see if I can get this camera adjusted a little lower here. It's kind of balanced on my... I guess it's not going to work. It's kind of balanced up there on my dashboard. I got this string, my lighter on a string. Actually, it's one of these retractables hanging up here on my interior light. I can pull it and let it go, and it retracts. My cigarette lighter in my truck in my Jeep quit working, and of course cigarette lighter's not going to work. Auto cigarette lighter's not going to work with a pipe. But it does for Mama and her cigarettes. But it quit working, and it's not the actual lighter itself, it's the wiring in the back. And I could take a dashboard apart and fix the wiring, but I'm too lazy. So I just put this in here, and it works. Well, there comes a lady out wearing a blue sweater. It's a pretty blue sweater. She can't be a hardened criminal. Well, she's pretty. She's on her phone just a typing away. She better look out before she runs into a pole. Boom! Oh. I'll be damned. There's a fellow with a backpack going through trash cans.
No, you don't have her. I don't have her. I don't want her. I never made one of her. I didn't
Just,
no way.
Can y'all hear him talking?
I did it alone.
I don't know who he's talking to.
I didn't have nobody. I made to make it.
He's just talking up a storm.
This isn't a thing I made. This has always existed. It didn't have anything.
Gracie went Saturday night. Actually, she went she ended up at Nissan Stadium, which is in Nashville. We live 30-something miles south of Nashville. But she's got a friend of hers to take her to Nissan Stadium to do part of her community service work. She had, the judge ordered her 16 hours of community service work last June as part of her punishment. And part of the place that she could have done it was at Nissan Stadium, running one of the concession stands. And they had Luke Combs concert, whoever Luke Combs is. And she showed up at 2 o'clock, and they put her to work getting ready for this concert. She was supposed to work from 2 to 10. And it was supposed to take care of half of her community service work. And it turned into a fiasco, folks. I mean, I'm not going to tell you exactly how, but she ended up calling me around 6 o'clock and told me that she ended up stepping out. And she left Nissan Stadium. She worked 4 hours and left. And she went across the street to the La Quinta Hotel and sat in their lounge and waited for me to come get her. And she's in there discussing that with her probation officer now. She got 4 hours. She worked 4 hours. And they refused to give her credit for it because she left early. They didn't give her credit for the 4 hours that she worked. But she's got proof that she worked those 4 hours. She's got the band, her wristband, and she's got pictures of her there at the concession stand. And she's also got telephone logs and recordings of the phone calls. And she's got proof, she's got plenty of proof that she was there. But the guy that was supposed to sign off on her community service work refused to because he said she left early. But it was a good reason why she left. It was a really good reason why she left. She's in there discussing it right now with her probation officer, and her probation officer is going to agree that the reason that she left was a good enough reason for her to leave. But I hope she ends up getting credit for those 4 hours. It was just, she needs to get credit for the hours that she worked. But, even if she doesn't end up getting credit for them, she's got until June, middle of June, to finish her community service work. We're gonna get in touch with, here comes a guy with 2 dogs and a wooden leg. Well, the dogs don't have wooden legs. The guy's got a wooden leg. And he ain't got it thrown over his shoulder or anything. He's got 2 dogs on 2 leashes, and he's walking on a wooden leg. I'd turn the camera around and show you, but he'd see me do that. One of them's a beagle, one of them's a basset. That's a couple of hound dogs. A couple of nice-looking hound dogs. One of them's a basset's old as hell. And the beagle, boy, it's a balloon. Well, you can tell they eat better than he does. Makes me wonder what happened to his leg. I wonder if he ran out of Purina. Guy in a black zip-up hoodie and a pair of camo pants. He's a peeping Tom. He's carrying a leash with no dog on it. Maybe he's gonna steal this guy's dog and kick that leg out from under him. You better make sure that Marine don't see him. I went to Mule Town this year looking for a Meersham, and I didn't see the first Meersham there. Now my son-in-law and my brother Dan saw several little basket Meershams used. They said they was in some sad shape or decent shape. I didn't want a decent shape Meersham. I wanted a new, nice Meersham. And I didn't see what I wanted. But y'all know me. I don't have no money anyway. So that's one reason why I go with the Briar dude. He's the one that's got all the money. But he ain't got no car. I mean, he's got every vehicle he's got is either a Harley, and he's got a slew of them, and he's got old cars, and they're just not. He's got a nice collection of old cars, but they're just not dependable to drive that far. So we pile a bunch of people into my car, and I drive us all up there, and he pays for everything. So that 320 Foresta, he ended up buying me that. And there's a few other little trinkets that I ended up paying for. But that Foresta, whatever, however you pronounce it, he ended up paying for that for me. But I was really looking for a Meersham and didn't find one. But when we got back, he called me a day or two after the pipe show was over and asked me to come over to his house. And when I got over there, he showed me this and another one with a black stem and a smooth finish. I don't know if you can see in here. Well, yeah, I guess you can. See the carving on it? You can see it. Well, the other one he showed me was a smooth one, and he told me to take my pick. And I told him, I said, well, now, I asked him, I said, well, which one do you, he said, you take one, I'm going to keep the other. And I said, well, which one would you rather keep? And he said, well, if I had to keep one of them of my choice, he said, I'd rather have that smooth one with the black stem. So I handed it back to him. And I said, why had you rather have it? And he said, because it's got a case with it. And this one didn't have a case. So I just took an old pipe sock that had a drawstring on it, because, you know, some pipe socks don't have a drawstring. But I took one that had a drawstring on it. And I just keep it in. I'd show you, but I got my camera sitting on my dashboard, and it's got a little arch. So I got the pipe sock that I keep it in folded up, and got my camera rested on that pipe sock to keep it balanced. So anyway, it's just like a burlap pipe sock with a drawstring. Anyway, I keep it in that. I don't have a case for it, but that works just fine. But I've been smoking it a whole lot. I thought I'd smoke it exclusively for a little while, see if I couldn't get it to color up. But it's coloring up around the rim, and there's a couple little spots it's starting to get brown on. But shoot, the only other Meersham that I had was a great big old thing that had a man, the whole body of a man, that a buddy of mine sent me back from Iraq, that he claimed to have confiscated out of Saddam Hussein's palace. He said that when they stormed Hussein's palace, he said he did two things. He said he confiscated that Meersham pipe out of Saddam's pipe collection, and he pissed in Saddam Hussein's pool, in his indoor pool. He pissed in his pool. And he mailed me that pipe and a flag, a folded up American flag with a certificate that said that it had flown hanging from the bottom of some kind of helicopter. That had flown and attacked something. Anyway, it had a real pretty certificate, but it said it had shot up something. And anyway, I don't know what all it did, but it had flown a sortie or a mission, some kind of mission, and attacked something and blew some stuff up. But that American flag hung from the bottom of that helicopter. And it was in a wooden box with a glass on the front. But he sent me that and that pipe and a picture of him standing there pissing in a real pretty tile pool. Well, it wasn't just him. It was him and 5 or 6 other GIs. I thought it was pretty funny if that's really who it was. I mean, if that's really where they were. I mean, if it wasn't, well, it was pretty disrespectful. Sound like something I would have done. Anyway, here comes the bird. Old G-bird. She got a smile on her face, so things must have gone well. Anyway, I'm Ole'Pops. I'm gonna let you go. Yeah, she's a bounce. She got a bounce to her step, so, yep. Much love. Y'all be good to each other.